The purpose of this video is to learn to use Logger Pro to record data for your physics class. Click at the top of the column where it says X. You can see I've already entered the numbers. You double click at the top where it says X and a window opens up and you type in what that column is. So that's time. And then the short name is a lowercase t. And the units are S for seconds. And then tell it done. Double click at the top of the Y column, and those are distances. So distance. The short name is either an X or a Y or a D. In this case, we're going to use D. The units are M, but they could be centimeters. Use the abbreviation that you learned for the International Metric System. Do not type out the entire word centimeter, for example. It's too long. Use the abbreviation CM. Tell it done. Now you probably have more than one data set, so you go to the Data menu and New Data Set. Now you can't see all the columns, so you move the mouse so that it's over the little square in the center of the data table, and you drag that. When it makes a double arrow, you drag it off to the right. You can't see all the columns yet, though. Go down to the scroll bar and scroll to the left so that you can see all 4 columns. Tighten it up. Then click once in the center of the graph. There's a similar square. Move the mouse so that it's over the little square, turns into a double arrow, and drag to the right. So then you can see all of the data table, all the columns in the data table, and all of the graph. So entering my other set of data, then I can see that it did not show up. Those other data points are not showing up on the graph. So I'm going to go to the double click in the center of the graph. You have to tell it what you want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and title the graph while I'm here. This is a distance versus time graph. And you want to double check that point symbols are checked and that connect the points is not checked. Then go to Axis Options up at the top. You don't want any other label other than the one you've already put. But notice down here where it says Y-axis columns, there is a data set 2. Click on the plus sign, and we want distance on the Y-axis, so we are clicking on the little square for distance. And then before you get out of this window, see where it says Auto Scale Larger for the Y-axis. Click on that and make it say Auto Scale from 0. Same thing here. This is for the X-axis. Click and make it say Auto Scale from 0. And then tell it done. You can see that both data sets are there now. There's little circles for the first data set and little squares for the second data set. Click and drag over the entire set of data and then tell it you want a linear fit. There's the linear fit button. In a different lab, you might want the curve fit button. Data set 1 and then data set 2. Click on both of them and tell it OK. Now, these little windows can be moved. You click in the center of them and drag it off to the side. You want to have the least crossover possible, so I'm going to move them so that one is on one side of the line, one is on the other side of the line, so there's no doubt which square refers to which line. Click once in the center of the graph so that the gray is gone. That's just a waste of toner if you print at that point. In order to print, first you want to tell it for page setup. You get a better looking graph if you have landscape. So click on landscape, tell it OK. Then click on print. A little window will come up that asks you if you want to print the footer. So you click that you do want to print the footer and tell it the name. If the last person that used the program's name is there, you need to make it for your particular name, and you can put all your group members there so that when it prints out, we know who it belongs to. And put your period number. And that's it. Now you can tell it to print, and you're done. That's how to enter data using LoggerPro.